Welcome back to One Crack News. And just to be clear, because I want people to understand what it is that we actually do here, is that we present people with facts. And we present people with information that they can actually use. While everyone else is clickbaity and click for attention, we're actually giving you information that's very viable. Now, of course, we could always have fun and, go back and forth with people and, have a good time, in other words. But you're always going to have some substance. Now, this is something that you guys should listen to if you care, because education is the new business now. Now, people are starting to wake up and see that, oh, the STEM program is actually a good thing. Trading and coding is actually a good thing to learn. How about that? Mm, mm, mm. Oh, I was right. I was so right. I remember back in Maryland, like, what was it? They had all these schools that were basically failing in the educational system. Now, Maryland's normally good for having good schools, but for some reason they were down. They started looking at the educational system in the poor markets, or what they like to call the minority section. Now you start looking at all of these different corporations. They want to know, man, how do we increase the workflow? Because critical thinking workflow is going to be down. And the competitiveness and the advancement in our technology should be producing more smarter children. Don't you think? I mean, all this technology that they had, because I think it was like '06 or 2007 or something like that. They had these corporations in Maryland that partnered with like 20 businesses, right? And they had a military contract. They had electronics associations, all this stuff with the schools to start a national science, technology, was it engineering and math? That's STEM, right? Okay. So they put that together and started to get students to turn around and get them fully engaged in learning and turning things around. And, Mead, they made the annual yearly progress of benchmarks at schools. They were hitting those expectations. And now Mead is one of the top six schools in the United States of America. Well, not top six schools, but top like 6%, all because of the STEM program. So these additional programs are actually working. It's helping the American society and American generation learn, because teachers are overstaffed, understaffed, and overwhelmed because they have far too many students, and they're stressed. They have lives of their own. They go home and have to deal with the pressures of their own children, right? It's a lot of opportunities out there. You look at Thornton and all these other kids from kindergarten to 12th grade. The educational divide, ensuring that the next generation of classes will exceed. They were passing kids that got D's and F's. They were going down the aisle graduating. Just completely unbelievable. Now, take me for instance. I'm somebody who, oh, great. I'm somebody, sorry about that. I had to send that text out. You see, I get ESPN alerts all the time, it don't stop. But they passing these kids with low expectations. And now kids are showing promise because of STEM programs. They're actually showing progression in educational upgrades through business and enterprises and community activism. And it's done with powerful partnerships with corporations, as you've seen what we've done with the Saginaw STEM. GE, United Way, these are major people to get on board. When you get those on board, now you have professional athletes and celebrities that want to get on board because now they know, okay, this is a real thing. It's not fake. So you got people actually out there in the streets helping people. Now it's more than ever. Business leaders and educators are seeking more collaborative ways to basically to intertwine and develop some type of connection so that they can go further. Like if you look at what's that aerial school we got here in Chicago? See, people don't even think about Chicago that much, but Chicago is where it's right the worst educational system in the world. You know, granted, you're gonna see a lot of crime due to that, but Aerial Investments LLC, who I actually knew one of the business partners there when we was working at Smith and Brown. Well, we were partnered with them. Now, that's about a dedication of about $5 billion in assets Aerial Investments have, right? So the Aerial Community Academy is what they had in place, and they had Mayor Daley, the former mayor of Chicago, as part of his new school initiative program. They came in as a corporate sponsorship for a public school. That school was basically ran on STEM. So the corporation put together a school, Daley approved it, and now this partnership that they got with in Chicago, with that in the Kenwood area, is the city's most undeserved communities. That school right now is pumping out top performing elementary schools in the city, built off STEM, financed by $1 billion corporation. Yep. Now, what has changed and what has been shown there? All the students, all the classes are not overcrowded. The teachers are not overwhelmed and they're not understaffed. Everybody's paid what they're supposed to be paid so everyone can just do their jobs comfortably. Kids are happy to learn. Well, the educational system is ran in most of these schools like a prison or a babysitting job. So Chicago has become a place where the kids and the teachers are drowned out. She don't care. She's looking like these kids are not going to do anything. She's already made a decision on these children's lives already. And then you get those teachers who are like drill sergeants in the military. They just want to extract discipline more than education. It's just do what I say. No real learning there. So the kid is rebelling against the discipline that he's receiving. So he's fighting back. So he's not even trying to learn. He's going in there to combat the teacher every day. So that's not working. What else isn't working? Oh, the I don't care what you do teacher. I'm going to sit here and write in my pad and let you do whatever. Here's your assignment. I'm shutting down. That's what we're facing here in Chicago. I can't speak for everyone else because I'm not there, but I know that's what we're facing here. And due to that fact, this is why our educational system has failed us and why we are failing. More parents are not engaged in the education of their children. And we've seen that at an alarming rate. And it's not a black problem, it's a white problem too. White schools do the same thing. They have all this technology, they have tablets, they have all these things to help them perform and do the assignments and made it so much easier for them to learn. Have we made it too easy for our children? Because even the kids in the white schools, their grades are terrible. In 2019, the grades and graduation rates and the grades were GPAs were terrible. And in the rich communities, they're lying. They're lying. And they're passing these students along who are not smart, who can't do anything, and they're getting B's on their report card. Most of them are borderline honor roll, and they're not even doing assignments. And these are in the white schools. What they're doing is they're trying to keep their GPA, their graduation rate high at their schools so that they can keep getting the city, and the state or whatever to keep sending them the money that they're supposed to get. But if they knew the truth, these teachers basically let the students have a tablet that tells them all the assignments that they're doing. Once these assignments are not met, they right away, and I mean right away after the assignment isn't met at all, they go right ahead and tell the parent, and there's an app that shows them like if they got incomplete, um, is this a completed assignment, is this not uncompleted assignment, or if it's like a failing assignment, you can retest. Oh, we'll give him another chance to go retest it and do it. Nothing sticks. This is where you are right now. You're failing. But we'll give you a retest and then we'll give you a tutor and a teacher to help you while you're doing the retest. And basically the teacher's going to help you do the answer, then you'll get a B and they'll pass you along. You still don't know anything, but they're still going to pass you along. But see, this is happening in the white suburban communities. Now, this activity was happening also in the ghetto, but in the projects, in the poor minority section, oh, they just can't learn. They're just not smart enough. Meanwhile, in the suburbs, same activity. They're both being passed along, except for in the suburbs, because of the school he goes to. That's all they're gonna see. Oh, he went to that school. He graduated. But in the real world, he knows nothing. This person cannot do anything. Not prepared to do anything coming out of school. So somebody in the family is gonna have to give this kid a job coming out of high school if the kid doesn't even go to college. That's that's just how it's been going, right? System the system moves in a circle. And that's how it always worked. Whoa, we know somebody here that works at this place and they'll give him a job. See, we don't have those type of people that have $10,000 to loan us if we screw up. We don't have the type of foundation where to punish us, they're gonna put us at a summer job that's gonna straighten us out, paying us $20 an hour for the summer so we can get our minds right, get us focus and structure. We don't have that. Okay, a lot of us don't. If you screw up, you ain't got nobody you can call. Hell, you can go to jail right now and you can't get somebody to come bail you out. Oh man, I wish you would have. Damn, why you had to go in today? Can I put like a partial on it, like a 50, and just stay in there 2 weeks, man? I get it. You can't even get out of there. Out of all your buddies together, they be like, man, I talk to him. He get paid when I get paid. That's how it runs, man. Unfortunately, that's how it works. So you kind of want to be careful. It's like be careful what you wish for. That's the narrative here. Be careful what you are chasing down because you have to realize the scales are different. If you go to a school in the minority section, you're judged by that, even if you passed along. If you go to the school and it's the same thing, this is the hypocrisy of it. It is the same thing. People and students are not learning, they're being passed along. So, STEM programs have made it fun for people to learn. So, these business corporations actually helping and building schools that use STEM programs like aerial investments. Now, that is how you turn a school around. That's how you turn education around. That's how you get better children in the system so that they don't get lost in the sauce. Because believe me, we are going to digital phase. Almost all these jobs that you are training and been working your lives for, hoping you get, are going to be phased out within 10 years. Within the next 10 years, there will be no movie theaters. No movie theaters. Can you believe that? Movie theaters are going to be reduced to the smallest number in the history of mankind. As you're going to start seeing them shut down a lot. There's already been some shutting down. You're going to see more movie theater shutdowns. It costs too much to run, and they're making not enough revenue to even keep doors open. They reduce staff, they reduce show times. Some movie theaters shut down after 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock is like last showing now. What are the jobs that's going to get reduced? You're seeing the closings happening now. Before, you couldn't believe it, but you've never seen this many banks close in a long time. And this is from major banks. They're closing a lot of their little branch locations. They're closing them down. A lot of people had asked me why. Like, why are they closing all these branch locations? And I said, well, they only had one person working at the bank. So to close it down, well, that was pretty simple to do. That was an easy decision to make, to shut it down. Because mostly all banking is online. All they really need is an active ATM working. That's it. Now, in the rich areas, they'll have banks, but they really don't need them. And a lot of things are going digital now. So, your job and what you're studying for, the education that they've been preparing you for, telling you got to go to college for, it's non existent. A lot of those jobs are going to get smaller and smaller. So you're going to be in the next digital age in the next 10 years. So that's where your focus should be. All right? Carcino, I'm out.